Hey everyone, welcome to another espresso. I've just had mine. Absolutely brilliant. I'm doing like little, I do these coffee subscriptions, which are really cool. I get a new bag every month. Absolutely love it. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. And I wanted to speak about, and I'm going to dive straight in. I want to speak about flexible working and just it's amazing quite how many people have it now as top one, maybe top two things they're looking for from a new job or for their current employer to make sure they offer and provide. So many people right now, you know, they've had flexible working, they've had flexible arrangements in their current employment, and the firms are changing. They're like, actually, we want you in 3-4 days, 5 days. They're like, that's great, but I'm out, and they look for a new job. Or with negotiating salaries and packages and stuff now, so many people, first thing they say is, what's a flexible working arrangements? How many days a week do I have to go in? There's a lot of it's really interesting, right? And I think it's brilliant. I mean, my firm just, to set our stall out, we're fully remote now. My team, they work anywhere they want on the planet, and it's brilliant. And they say they love it. I hope they do. See, everyone seems really happy. The productivity is great. We're doing really well. It works. It's really nice. I'm also very aware that there is no one size fits all, and some people might want an office to come work in, a physical office, and then we're not the place for them. So I think there's a real mix of stuff, and you've got to be mindful that different things work for different people. So, but I wanted just to tell a story which was really interesting. And a friend of mine, it wasn't me, it was a friend of mine, offered someone a job, and it turns out they offered this person about 35% more money than they were currently earning, which is a nice pay increase. And they went through the interview process. I think up front it was advertised, flexible working arrangements, and the candidate said, well, how many days a week, whatever, do you need me in? And my friend says, hey, like, we're flexible. I come in a couple of days a week. I like to see the team, but, maybe something like that's fine. And so the candidate said, actually, that wouldn't work for me. I don't want to come in every week. What's the minimum requirement, essentially? And so my friend went to HR. It's a large firm, so went to chat, and HR said, "Look, it's cool if this person wants to come in 1 day a month, because you, the hiring manager, you do your team days. It's nice to get people together." So he went back to the candidate and he said, "Hey, look, we're super flexible. Come in 1 day a month. I'm going to get everyone in 1 day a month. It's nice to meet the team members and stuff." The candidate lives 45 minutes door to door from the office. So the office is actually in London. This person lives 45-minute train journey and whatever. So the candidate said, actually, I don't want to come in at all. So I reject the offer and I'm pulling out. I'm staying where I am. So I thought it was fascinating, and it brings up so many questions and thoughts on the topic. And I did a post on LinkedIn about it, and I got some fabulous comments. So thanks everyone who engaged in that post. And it's interesting, on the one side, flexibility is great, and you hear many stories about companies being more productive. Leaders need to change the mindset from time to productivity. Who cares how long, whatever people are working for, as long as they're doing a great job, and it's easy to measure what that good job is. And so there's that, and you can attract more people. Your talent pool is wider. It's wonderful, and I think a lot of firms are doing that. A lot of firms are offering flexibility. Quite a few, though, do want people in the office for a bunch of reasons, and I guess that's fair enough too, right? Like, certain jobs require being somewhere. Not every job you can do remote. So I think if it's a job that you can be completely remote, and you found an unbelievable candidate that can't come into the office for whatever reason, or lives way too far away, or they're in a different country. I mean, that's cool, like absolutely cool. If it's a job where they need to be somewhere for a certain reason and they don't want to come in, then I'm not sure about that. Certain jobs require you being somewhere or seeing people. And many jobs obviously require you in 5 days a week. I mean, I've got a wonderful milkman, and in London we still have milkmen that deliver, all milkwomen that deliver bottles of milk, and he's great. And he works 5 days a week, probably seven. I see him five around here, and he's delivering milk to my doorstep. And he's in and he's grinding and he's working hard. I love it. Some jobs, that's what's required. If you're lucky that your job can be flexible and you can work hard from home, and you can work hard from the office as well, or work hard from the coffee shop, or you can be a digital nomad and go live in a hut in Bali and work really hard and do super well. High five. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I think what I'm hearing from a lot of people quietly, like people don't want to share these thoughts a lot of the time, is there's always a question mark around how hard someone's working. That's what I hear. Like, oh, if they're at home, they're not working, or I want them to return to work. And it's actually not. It's returning to the office. People still work at home. So, there's still this kind of old school mentality about, like, if I can't see someone, they're obviously not working. And that's we're way past that now. So, but I think for individuals, this is important. It's wherever you're working from, right? If you're doing a job that you can work at home, or you can work on a beach, or you can work wherever, like, you've got to work hard in life. Like, no one got anywhere in life or did anything meaningful or was a big success without putting the work in. So many great examples, right? Sport's such a brilliant example. Some of the best football players, you just hear stories of this, they on the training ground, just working, practicing, grinding, just, grit, just scrappy, just like working really hard. And you can do that anywhere. So for me, whether you're like, for me, if you're an employee and you want to get on, just work hard, whatever that might be, right? And as an employer, make sure that make sure you're setting putting the right structures in place, and you're thinking about how you can enable people to succeed from anywhere. I think that's important. There's no going back, only forward, and that's what you've got to do now. And I think it's super important for an interview process. If I just go back to my story of this candidate that rejected the job offer, I think it's important to set the stall out. It's always right. Set expectations really, really clear. If this job offers flexible working, state it. If you need someone in for a certain number of days because whatever the job requires it, say it. If you feel that the right thing to do is for your team to come together in the same city once a month or once a week or twice a week, say it. Be super clear. There's no one size fits all. And you will hire, as an employer, you will hire the right people for your firm. People, employees, potential hires can choose whether that's the right environment for them. And I think it's just always a nice way to go. Open, honest communication, set expectations from the start, and just be clear. And I think if you do those things, it works much better, because again, people remember how you make them feel. And if it's a nice interview process, they'll feel good about it. These people are probably your customers, and if they need to have a good experience with the interview process. And I think if you're upfront and honest with these things, really, really helps. That's it. They're my thoughts on that. Love to hear your comments. Such a great conversation, and we're going to be talking about this more and more over the years. So absolutely love it. Have a great day.